Hello, I'm Vivian. Welcome to my channel. And this is another Dollar Tree thing. This is the most I've ever spent at a Dollar Tree in one go, and I actually stopped at a second Dollar Tree on the way home looking for some more. I'll point them out. So it's even more than way normal. I am done. I hope. This is food snacks that boring, and a couple of coffee mugs with they got Mother's Day stuff coming out. So I grabbed a couple that I really liked. I thought they were cute, and they'll be in other videos, but I'm gonna save them as a surprise for some other time. So let's start with the clean thing. If you watch my video, I now have two grills, two monster-sized grills, outdoor grills. One's gas, one's charcoal, and they're both filthy. So I saw this at Dollar Tree and thought, why not? I'm going to give this a try, and I'll do a review on that, whether it works well or doesn't. I'll let you know. Okay, I bought swim goggles, and I use this when I chop. My old goggles, the band went gummy, and just trying to find a band, and the goggles weren't comfortable because they're the ones that just went right over your two eyes. I thought I'd give this a try, and it even has a nose guard. So when I'm chopping up a bunch of onions, I won't cry. I decided because the one that I had here had gotten really nasty, I thought I'd give these a try. Are they trustworthy? I mean, I'm just trying to keep sawdust out of my eyes is the big thing. But I do believe in eye protection and hearing protection. I didn't buy the Dollar Tree ear protection stuff, noise reducers or noise reduction earmuffs that they had. We have two down here that we bought, and therefore when we also do target practice. So they're really good. So I don't feel the need for that now that they're in Ziploc baggies. I can grab it and put one on without having to check it every time I go to use one. So I got two more of the eye protections just to have one that's clean. I got 6 of these toolboxes, and I've got a couple more floating around that's going to end up down in here. I was looking at the shoe boxes with the lid that comes completely off, and I wanted something that if it's not too heavy, I can grab with the handle if it's latched. Yeah, these are not the best. This is really bad. Oh, there it goes. And organize certain things like these little sanding sponges. I wanted to set one up just for the little sandpapers I've got. This is when I was cleaning it the other day. We'll put that on top, so that'll go in last. But I bought a couple more. Dollar Tree. It's a 36 pack, and there's can you see that? So me reading it out to you. And you can find it online. It's their item 196311. So got that. Let's change this up a bit. So that has sandpaper. Sandpaper, and they're getting labeled. I bought, let's see, 4 packs of these label things. It is removable. This is so it's supposed to be able to come off. I will have this labeled. This will get removed. I'll put one here, and I'll put one here. And then when these are slid into underneath the counter, or if they're put up here on a shelf, you can tell what it is without having to open it up every time. So while we're up here, that's not going to stay in the garage, but that wouldn't be bad to put up in here. But they're, what? Can't see the size, but about 8 by 8. Little, there was more, but these were my two favorites and I hadn't had these, so I went ahead and got them. And these mirrors. I got all 5 that they had. They're going to go in, they're going to be hung together. May not be a bad idea to put a mirror down here just to see what damage I do to myself sometimes. So I got 5 of those. And I also found these. I am just thrilled. For $1, check out how much these are online. And I got all of them. It says silver wire. It's not silver wire. That one's kind of silver. Some of them are, but this copper wire here, definitely copper wire in this one. But I grabbed all of them, and that's part of why I stopped at the second one. Yeah, it looks silverish, almost a copper tint to them. But maybe that's why they ended up at Dollar Tree. So it's going to take 2 AA batteries. And I have a project that I was actually going to cannibalize something else, so I didn't have to go out and buy these at the prices that they normally are. And then I saw them at Dollar Tree today, and I was like, ugh. Grabbed all 6 that were on the thing and saw another one, grabbed every one of them that I saw, okay? I got another whetstone, and I think I'm going to leave that one, sharpening stone. I'm going to leave that out here. Masking tape. It's good. I don't want to have to go to the house. And there should be stuff that stays down here in the garage. This will go to the house because fingers get tired. So on your back, oh my gosh, get someone to just rub this on your back. Oh, the packaging for these, I think that would make a neat little aquarium tank for the miniature house, dollhouse. Anyway, I'm looking at things from all sorts of different purposes. Electrical tape. Let me show you something. This lamp, I replaced this lamp that was hanging up there. I replaced, that's a new one. That's what I used with my chicken, the chicks that we had last month, and with a heat lamp. But this one, I wouldn't even try to plug it in or use it because that, and worse yet, oops, that. I actually thought about, oh, I'll just get some electrical tape. You know, previous guy, owner did this. I probably, oh, you just put, no, I don't think I'll reuse this. I thought maybe I can salvage that, but nah, not worth it. But if I can salvage this part of this lamp, I will. This, actually this clamp, this system is better than the systems I find now. So we'll see. And try to, you know, use this again if I can, but if not, definitely will be able to use the dome thing. But my husband has electrical tape. I don't know where he keeps it. I'm not going to worry about it. It's okay for us to have his and hers electrical tapes. I also want to try out these It's acrylic caulking, all-purpose caulk. And use them with the panels, the chicken panels. Will that fit in there? Use them in the chicken panels. That's the roofing stuff, the you know, the things that should be waterproof. So good to have that. Yay! But of course, once I cut that open, and I've got caulk guns. Ta-da! I'll label that later. Caulk tapes. Shouldn't be such a pain, should it? What am I doing wrong? There. So that one's done. Okay, these are not going to light up an area, but this will be good to just light up a little pathway from the fire pit to our house. Once the sun set, it gets dark, and then if we turn the lights off down here, we normally have flashlights, but it's nice to have this to just kind of, that's the way you're supposed to go, especially when we've got company. So this will get installed as soon as I finish this video. I showed you the labels earlier, so I already used one, but I'll label everything. And so I stopped at the second place. So the first place I went to only had this one package. So I've got 3 more when I stopped at another Dollar Tree on the way home. I've learned just have a bunch of these on hand. Just never know when you're going to use them. But they're not going to stay down here. I can put a screw or hammer in a nail to hang something up. I don't trust these to stick on pressure treated lumber or the stuff that's around here. So this is for in the house. I don't know why it's hard to find just clear marbles at Dollar Tree. You'll find the blue marbles and the green marbles, and they're pretty too, but I like having a bunch of the clear. So I'm going to retire some of the green marbles. I use this for winemaking. You have to top off the container. You want to have minimal oxygen, and either you add more wine, a different more juice, and the chemistry, it changes. So some of that works for the better, but this way, if you want to take a sample out, you put this in there, cleaned, of course, and make sure it's very very, very well sanitized. Nothing's going to contaminate your winemaking process. But I like to put the marbles in there instead of adding more juice, because then it changes everything. The acidity, the sugar. So I'm going to retire some of the green ones that I was using in there because I couldn't find all clear when I was doing the wine last year. So I found only 3. I couldn't believe, I didn't wipe them out. I started to, and I realized, oh, they got plenty. So I got 7 more of these that are with the hooks on there. Whoops. So I got 7, 40 in a pack. And they also had more of the black, just the black push pins, the balls. I like those too. 80 in there. I got 2 of those. I have a lot of this green. Not so much the pink stuff, but a lot of this green, and I thought it'd be good to have that just in case. So I got 7 of the hooks, 2 of the black, 1 of the green pinks. I couldn't believe I used up so many cotton balls for another project. When I do an update on my jewelry, my new jewelry, monster jewelry cabinet, that can be taken so many different ways, couldn't it? I used cotton balls for something, and I'll show that. But I used a whole bunch. So I want to make sure I've got this in the bathroom to use for other stuff, like removing nail polish that's gotten messed up. You are not going to find this any bigger. I know these are dog bowls, and they make the small cat bowls. And the raccoon walked away with 2 of the cat bowls. My husband found one of them. The other one's probably underneath the shipping container, but he hasn't found the second one. And the cats, okay, yeah, we don't have a cat that's big enough for this bowl. Let me zoom out. So, but if you notice, there's a reason why people use saucers, plates, for cats instead of little bowls. Their whiskers, when they're eating, they don't like their whiskers disturbed. I think the cats will enjoy these bowls better, and we can just retire and do something else with those other bowls. Just put them away in case the raccoon walks away with one of these. I think it's going to be a little bit more awkward. I hope it's going to be more awkward and it doesn't take it very far. But I went ahead and got 4. We got 2 cats because I'm going to put water and take the current water thing away, because I can put this in the dishwasher and have it wash. Whereas the current water thing has just gotten nasty and I need to really scrub that, and that's going to take a little bit of work. But this way they'll have their water and it'll be easier on me to maintain that. And the raccoons wash their hands. They're very fastidious creatures. They wash their hands when they eat, so that water gets nasty. I had not noticed, I've seen these before, and I am going to hang some plants actually on the chicken coop up there, the Silky's coop. And I saw these and I thought, oh cool, these are nice big S-hooks, and I'm actually going to use them inside the coops to hang water buckets and feeders, and I thought maybe I could use that too. We'll see how that works out. But I grabbed 2 of these, 3 of these, so that's 6 hooks, and just 2 of these. And we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure how. It's just a rough idea, and the implementation gets modified. The greenhouse that my husband built has been showing like 130 degrees, and we've been having 60, 70 degree days. So I'm going to put one of these outside the door and one inside, along with the one he's currently using, and seeing if it's accurate or if it's just really bonkers, because I don't want to cook my plants in there. And I thought it never hurts to have these. I hate flies. I'd rather have, I think I said in another video, I'd rather have roaches in my house than have flies, because you don't know where that fly was before it landed on you or your food or your drink that you're about to drink. Whereas roaches are actually pretty clean animals, and if they go through something that's cruddy, they clean themselves. That's how you can kill them with boric acid, because they lick everything off. I don't have. I also do things to keep from having roaches in the house, so don't assume that I've made that trade. But if I had to choose, I'd rather have roaches than have flies, because oh my god, flies are just the nastiest things. Very impulsive thing. It's a frog bubble maker. They also had one in a hippo. Hippos are not native to my area, so I thought the frog was a little bit more genuine. Plus, I like green. The hippo was gray, or was it purple? I think it was gray. Anyway, it's a little battery-operated thing. I don't know how much it will use, but I thought it'd be fun just to have the kids over. They're getting kind of big for that, but so I'm doing it for me and forcing it on them, and they can blow bubbles with the big thing. I'm not going to make a video about it. I also went to Ross's and Marshall's and Tuesday mornings, and at Tuesday mornings, I bought some punches. I couldn't pass it. I love cutting out shapes, and these were also embossed. Like one was a heart, and it would cut out the heart, but it would also emboss the center of the heart with another heart. And for $4, I couldn't resist it. And I am definitely, this is about scrapbooking. I will definitely scrapbook about my garden, and maybe make a book just on my gardening philosophies and failures and successes, and what's worked, what's not well, that's the same thing as that. Anyway, how does your garden grow? Dollar Tree, these are so cute. I've got things that will cut out these things, and but sometimes you just want to just slap something on. There's 2 button file bags, and that's a good way to store some projects. And I work with 11 and 8. I do 11 by 8.5 landscape pages. That's what I prefer. I do some 12 by 12s. I do 8 by 12. 8 by 8s and different sizes. But my preference is all of my stuff goes into regular notebooks. And you hold the book, and you flip the pages this way. So you have, because most of my pictures, most of my photos that I take are 4 by 6s, and they're landscape. So anyway, I am definitely going to get back into my scrapbooking. I saw this stamp that I'm going to use on cards and things I send out. Uh-oh. No. The pad fell out. Okay. Let's see. No. Yeah. I gotta glue that in. And I got ink pads. That's really disappointing, but I can fix it. Be happy. It's a choice. And we choose it or we don't. And I like this. I got 2 of them. Little notes. Do all things with love. Little sticky notes you can stick on stuff. So I'm definitely, if not this month, as soon as I get this garage going, and I've allowed my obsession with it to run its course, I am tackling our spare room. Since my mom moved out last year, it was a little over a year ago that she left to go to New York and then passed away. Things in that room has just been a catch-all. And I've got some wonderful projects. I got all this stuff. I just need to clear out the room and do it. And I do enjoy scrapbooking. I miss it. I've got the photos. I got several years worth of photos already developed, waiting on me to scrapbook them. And like I tell other people, if you're interested, start from this point right now, today's stuff. When you get photos, the most current ones, scrapbook them now, while you're fresh, while you remember, and then pick any other time point that you want to go back and work on. I like to do things chronologically, so you're not going to see March done of 2008 unless January and February has already been done of 2008. So then I go back and I can work on several years at a time, but I do like all Januaries. So that's kind of makes sense too, because if you're cutting out things and you're doing winter themes, the same, my birthday's in January, so I can do a whole bunch of birthday layouts of myself. All the Januaries that I've not done since I quit doing scrapbooking 6 years ago, when my mom had open heart surgery and my dad was dying of lung cancer. So all this, there's a lot of times it just things like that is what deters people from doing stuff. But I just recommend that you go from this point forward, and then you just hit however what works best for you. Like I said, I'm going to have to work the Januaries, and I can do a whole year and put it all together. I do. I join competitions about how many can you get done in a day. I'm not about. I'll talk about that in another video. I'm getting sidetracked. I thought these were cute, and I have some brilliant thoughts. And I thought, oh, I can write it all in here, and I can't cheat by taking a page out and adding it, or I have to really rip it out. So I thought, I'm going to put all my brilliant thoughts in one place when I have a brilliant thought, and just put it in here. I don't have to go in details. I don't have to do. I'm going to do that. And I thought this was a really neat idea. Again, see, be happy. I'm going to give that one. I'm going to give that to my daughter. She doesn't follow my channel. She should. She would learn so much. But, something, you know, you always, in the car, just a quick something. See, a quick something. I thought this was kind of neat. It had all that all together. So that's for me. Be happy. Just a reminder, because it's a choice. Be happy. Be happy. I've bought a pack years ago, and I like using this in my Bible because there's some references. Let's see if this, yeah. So it's clear. See? So you can write on this side, and then it doesn't cover up the page if I've got notes or something on the sides. So I'm actually going to stick this in a pocket of the cover that I use for my Bible, and that way I've got these available for that. Pens keep walking away. I keep stocking this cup it kind of in my kitchen, and it keeps getting emptied, and I may be the one that's guilty. So I'm replacing that, making sure that stays stocked. Oh, before I do that, these are the cups I use for the chicken feed and chicken seeds, and I'm actually going to making another feeder, another style of feeder. I know, so I'm aggravated, but anyway, because they do their head and they knock food out, so you have to do certain things to the feeders. I can still use those deer feeders, but I know my husband and I know me. I'm actually going to hunt deer this year. I'm actually going to get in a deer stand and sit out there by myself during the week while everyone else is at work, or most everybody is at work Monday through Friday. And I am going to get a deer this year. I've never shot a deer. I'm going to do it all by myself, sitting up there, listening to my audiobook instead of listening to the sounds of the woods. But anyway, so those feeders that's really supposed to be deer feeders are going to go back into the woods and start feeding deer. And I'm going to make some different chicken feeders. But I also like to have extras. Each feed bucket or seed bucket has one of these. So this is how I measure it out and know, like, if the chickies are going to stay in the run, my layer hens, I need to give them 4 scoops with one of these. If I'm going to let them roam, they get 2 and they're fine. If I let them roam and I put 4 out there, or even 3, it's still there the next day. But they'll eat it all if I don't let them out. So that's, you know, just you got to figure out what your flock does. I can't sit there and go, you got X amount of chickens, you need to do so much of this. You got it. If you got birds, you need to learn, spend time with them. Okay. So office stuff. I went ahead and got some more of these clear index tabs for the hanging file folders I've got. Paint thing, I should have shown that sooner. I'm going to keep one in the house and one out here. This is the one for out here. Dollar Tree. Oh my gosh. Do y'all know that these half-page binders go for double what a normal binder does at office places and Walmart if you can find these half-sheet binders. You can find notebooks made for these this ring, or you can punch your own holes. The Dollar Tree I went to earlier today had this. They also had orange, and they had red, and they had a blue and a purplish looking one. And I got all the ones that are like this color. I don't know what this is. What color is this? I don't think it even says what color on this. But I got every single one that they had. there. So 9 of them. And it'll be a while before I show one. But talking about scrapbooking and organizing photos, and sometimes it's just easier. I've done digital scrapbooks in the past, and what I did, and normally there was a gift. I did a full-size 8.5 by 11 scrapbook of my sister's pregnancy and the first year her twins. And I did a full-page book, and then I was able to take those pages that were already, I did it all digital. I scrapbooked digitally. And I don't prefer that. That's not my preferred method. But I was traveling, and that was the best way I could do that and have it printed out no matter where I was. I printed her out a full size 8.5 sheets, laser color printed, Office Max I think back then. It was like 39 cents a page. And they do they'll do front and back. And then using Microsoft Publisher, I reduced it and put it into where it would print out page 1 and then page 68 or whatever on the other side, then flip it over and it would be 69 and the cover page. So that when you put it together, you didn't have to cut it. I was able to bind the whole thing. And that was pretty neat. But I can also print it out and punch my own holes and make pages to do this size. And I just like this size. I think this will make a nice little recipe book too. So I like this color. So I'm going to do some organizing of photos and such. Last item. For another project I will make another video of, but I wanted to get some. Actually, I would have preferred clear, but this is what I found at Dollar Tree. And most of these are goodness, geared toward small kids, the images and stuff. I wanted just clear. I'm going to look for clear stuff. But actually, for a traveling makeup organizer. Wait till you see it. But that's another video. That's it. I went overboard. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I went way overboard, and this is why I'm recording it out here instead of in the house where my husband's going to hear it. He's going to know. I'm not hiding it from him. I'm just not going to disrupt his work day. I'll tell him when he gets off work. But no, he'll be okay with it. That whole if you ever watch Monk, you'll thank me later, and he does. And you can watch him when he tries not to thank me later, when he's like, "Oh, this is really never mind. Don't he's not going to finish it. It's really helped him out, or it saved him time, or he's really enjoying whatever." But back to the garage, back to doing all this work, and if you've hung in with me this whole half hour, thank you. And I'll share something else. Isn't this a beauty? It's a 4-quart stock pot. It's got, without the lid, it's got a good weight. Always, when you're buying cookware, take the lid off. This is, the glass is always going to add weight. Take the lid off. Feel that. If it doesn't have weight to it, you're going to burn everything. Trust me. Unless you're only going to boil water in the pot, you're going to burn everything. So this one's got a good construct. It's got a good weight. I like the round. I like the shape of this. And this would be perfect for cooking Korean soups, which I'm doing a lot of. In fact, tonight's going to be a jigging. So. And I got this at Ross's. And I bought another pan, that ceramic with that, almost this color. on the outside, which I don't have. Everything's stainless steel or cast iron. So I was kind of excited and say, that's pretty. So I'm going to use that tonight too. But that's what you get for hanging in with me. And see, it's a good thing my man works, huh? But actually, I do think I'm being very frugal. The two items I bought at Ross's came right at $29.94 after taxes. $15 for this. Normally $20. I know that's not a big savings. But this is a good quality and I will use this forever. Thanks for being with me. Be a blessing and be blessed.